guys, it's MazeMan112 and I have another gameplay for you guys. This is on the map Cove, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite maps here in Black Ops 2. And for reasons that are kind of just unknown to me, really. This map doesn't really offer too much. Aesthetically, it's pretty nice, it's pretty appealing, it's kind of bright and everything like that. It's a pretty small map, which I do like my small maps. But there's not a lot of different elevations, there's lots of different kind of routes and everything like that. But what I really think I really enjoy about it is just that the spawns seem to be predictable. That's one thing I cannot stand, especially with Uplink, which is one of the new maps that's redone as Summit, which I really love Summit and Black Ops, but to me, the spawns are just not done properly, and it's one of the easiest maps that I think I've ever seen for somebody to spawn trap somebody on. But that's a whole different topic for a whole different commentary. As you guys can see, I'm using a different gun. Yes, that's right, no more AN-94. You know, I had just started playing earlier this weekend and decided, you know what, I was going to try switching it up, going with something a little bit different. Because I don't want to say I'm getting bored using the AN-94, but it's the same thing every day, same thing over and over again. So I went ahead and changed it up. I'm running the SMR. I have it on semi-auto right now. I have the attachment for the fully auto. I just don't attach it because I don't think it needs it. I mean, I kind of like it having the semi-auto. It has a ton of pop to it, which I absolutely love. You put one or two chest high and they're down. I'm loving this gun so far. This might be one of my favorite guns in the game so far, but that also could be the way this map or this rest of this game actually kind of transpires here. Maybe I have a little secret for you guys at the end, but I want to go ahead and talk on to today's topic. Today's topic is going to be something that a lot of people have speculated about for a while now, and there's more and more stuff that's kind of coming out about Call of Duty Ghost, and more stuff that's kind of coming out about the Xbox One, and it's a great time to be a gamer and to be a Call of Duty enthusiast right now, because so many things are changing, and so many things are going to be changing very quickly when it comes to, you know, gameplay, graphics, all this stuff. There's so much unknown right now, and it's just one of these times where everybody's kind of on pins and needles. And it's super exciting right now. But what I want to talk about is a lot of people saying that they're wondering if Call of Duty Ghost is going to be the last big installation into the Call of Duty franchise. And before I would say absolutely not, Call of Duty is king. There's nothing you're going to be able to do to change that. I mean, you just can't. It's not something that will happen like a light switch. It's going to be something that has to go over time before you actually are able to go ahead and dethrone the king. But I'm starting to lean the other way slowly but surely. And the reason why I'm doing this is just because, one, every year that a new Call of Duty game comes out, you see, you know, the peak point or the point in the lifespan of the game where people just aren't playing it like they used to be. Now, you know, if you're watching this video right now, we're in a little bit of a different demographic just because we are the Call of Duty diehards. This is what we kind of eat, you know, sleep and breathe. We dream about it. We, you know, doodle about it. This is what we do. We love our Call of Duty, and it doesn't matter whether or not it's, you know, middle of the summer or middle of the winter. This is what we're going to be doing, is either playing the current Call of Duty, you know, fantasizing about the newest Call of Duty, or just, you know, getting that whole nostalgia factor about the previous Call of Duties and how great those ones were. But I just feel like when you have two different companies that are producing the same exact franchise, you have subtle differences that can kind of get to an annoyance at a certain point. And what I'm saying about this is just, from Black Ops to Modern Warfare 3, there was a couple little things that bugged a lot of people. For one was the scoreboards. Now, the scoreboards drove me absolutely insane. This is because, as a lot of you guys know, I'm an objective-based player. So when I'm an objective-based player, I liked it when it showed how many defends I had or how many captures I had. I liked it when it showed the team just exactly what I was doing, you know, to go ahead and get my score, and it wasn't always just about the KD. And it seemed like so many people would judge whether or not you were a good Call of Duty player solely based on your KD, and that's just not a good indicator of how good of or how high of a quality of player you are. There's better things, you know, whether or not it's score per minute. You know, there's probably some other, you know, cybermetrics, so to speak, that you could probably throw in there. But I just like not having to depend solely on your KD. But I'm just wondering if it seems like the MLG and the pro circuit right now is just this ballooning. monster right now where everybody's really getting into it. They're streaming and they're having tons of people go ahead and follow them. It's almost like, I don't want to say they're superstars, but there's you will notice these people out in the public now. They have this own little crowd where they are stars, and it's a continually growing community right there. And it seems like every year when the Modern Warfares come out, they completely ignore the whole competitive side of things. Now, when Black Ops 2 was coming out, the guys over there decided they would go ahead and get a hold of a lot of these MLG players. It wasn't just the Optic Gaming. They got a hold of a lot of other players and got their input into what they would like to see as far as the competitive side of things and what they could do to help them out with the LAN settings and everything like that. Where Modern Warfare 3, they said, fuck you guys, we're not dealing with LAN settings, you're on your own. So you really couldn't even play it competitively. And I just don't understand why you couldn't take the little bit of time to go ahead and get, these guys are great advertisement for your console, for your game, for your franchise, for your company, and you completely ignore them, and it just makes you kind of wonder, what side is your bread buttered on. It's just one of those things that can be very frustrating at the same time. And a lot of the MLG guys right now are being pretty vocal in the fact that no one has contacted them and nobody is asking them of really what to expect or what they want in the next Call of Duty franchise. And I'm just wondering if we're going to see it with the new consoles coming out, the new generation. You're going to see this first batch of games come out. They're going to be lackluster. They really are. They're not going to be, utilizing the specs in the actual new consoles very well for probably about a year or two, which is why I think Rockstar kind of has it down pat, where they're coming out with Call of Duty or GTA 5 right now, and it's not going to be a new generation game. It's not going to be on the Xbox One. It's not going to be on the PS4, and the reason is it takes them 2 to 3 years, maybe even closer to 4 or 5, to go ahead and develop these games, and they always seem to wait until the console's been out a little bit, so everybody has the little bugs figured out, the little quirks figured out, and know how to fully utilize everything that's in there to get the best product for the customer. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think that one of these games, I'm not even sure if it's going to be an FPS game. I have a feeling it's probably not going to be an FPS game. It's probably going to be maybe an RPG, something like one of those free, Smite or whatever, kind of first thing that pops in my head, where you're going to have the character that you're going to be building up, a character that's going to be more in touch with you, more personable than just a random guy that, you set up your gun and everything like that, but that's it. You're going to have people who look more like you, who have, special abilities that you kind of tailor, you design, you come up with, and it's going to be a different game. It's probably going to be like an RPG, and maybe they'll even throw in, some kind of a building aspect. It seems like the human nature just loves to be able to go ahead and build stuff, and that's why Minecraft has actually just taken off, because you leave a lot of the creativity to the user, and that's something that a lot of games have taken away now, where they kind of have you in these confined boxes, and you have to kind of play by their rules to keep it going and everything like that. Let me know what you guys think about the whole thing. I know it's kind of a little bit of a rant. If you guys just noticed, I did get my first nuclear. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Spotlight, bitches. Just want to go ahead and talk about the new maps, and also I'm just kind of shooting the shit. Make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. And that's kind of rejuvenated my love for Call of Duty, and I guess there's nothing better than, a good couple games, a good couple